celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Friday, July 5th, 2019, and here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front over there in Asia, only Hang Seng's down a little bit, down over there in Europe, but not a lot. Down in the States here a little bit as well. Oil up a little bit, gold down, took a hit, and Bitcoin, it's down a little bit too, but still over that 11,000 mark. Stocks fall from record high after strong jobs report. Dampens hope that Fed rate cuts happen. In a bigger picture, they're looking to bring them down 50 basis points. Now they say maybe 25 basis points. So that snapped the 4-day winning streak. And the U.S. economy created 224,000 jobs. They had anticipated 165,000. And what Trump had to say about the interest rates was, quote, "We don't have a Fed who knows what they're doing." Yep, he said if they didn't cut rates, the economy would be taken off like a rocket ship. So that brought gold prices down. And the dollar went up. Again, the dollar's strong because the global economy is weak. All the other currencies are weak. Oil's basically flat. It moved up a little bit, but they're looking at OPEC oil output sank to a new 5-year low in June. 5-year low. That tells you what the global economy is doing, despite what's going on in the Middle East, and particularly with Iran. And we'll get to that a little later. So, what do we have on the market fronts and data? Service sector index sees slower growth. That's right. Activity in the U.S. service sector pulled back in June, suggesting the economy is reverting to a slower but steady pace of growth after a strong 2018 because of the tax cuts that went to the very rich and went to them stock buybacks. Ford's U.S. sales fell 2.9%. The U.S. auto industry posted 6 consecutive months of sales declines this year. It's a global slowdown, has nothing to do with trade. Oh, that's why we're not buying cars over here, because we're afraid of the trade war. You know what that is.
That was bullshit.
Total bullshit, and they keep throwing it out every day. But drop in German industrial orders bodes ill for coming months. That's right. They fell 2.2%, far more than expected in May. And what else do they say? Foreign contracts dropped 4.3%, driven by a strong decline in demand from non-Eurozone countries. There's a global slowdown, and that international Mafia Federation, Monetary Fund, they keep doing those austerity measures. Isn't it wonderful that Christine Lagarde from the IMF, you know what? Now she's going to be head of the ECB, yeah, that's right. If only a women were in charge. Again, I'm tired of this race, creed, color crap. Good and bad comes in all of them. And what a group the International Mafia Federation is. Fund clears $6 billion Pakistan bailout deal in return for austerity steps. Isn't austerity steps a nice, clean word? How about giving it to you up you know where? We're going to rob you of your social benefits. We're going to steal your pensions. And we're going to increase the retirement age till after you die. Oh, and by the way, jerk-offs, we're going to raise your taxes and take every penny we can because we got to bow down to Lagarde and all the other riches. Yep, the bankster class. It's Slavelandia in a country near you. They're in control. Grow up. Hey, UN cites grave Venezuela abuses. Urged Venezuelan authoritarian government. Authoritarian government. That's prostitute.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Did they call Egypt an authoritarian government? Not our great allies. The Saudis, how many did you behead today? Arabia, they call them authoritarian, not our allies. This is propaganda. They do it all the time. Hey, Facebook, hey, Twitter, hey, YouTube, how come you're not censoring this for using that kind of language? I'll tell you why. Because you're a bunch of scum. Period, paragraph. And what else do they say? The Venezuelan regime. Oh, they don't call the Saudis a regime or the Egyptians a regime. Oh, the military coup. That guy Morsi, the former president that died as he was going to court. Yeah, just accidentally. Anyway, has locked up thousands of political opponents. Again, hey, how about Yemen, huh? You like what you're doing over there? That's okay. Murdered by the hundreds of thousands. Again, mind your own business. Stay out of other people's problems. Oh, it was Independence Day. Not the 4th of July. Independence Day yesterday. Yeah. Independent from corrupt governments. Independence from the corrupt English government. And now we got our own, boy. The king would have loved them, man. U.S. Senate votes to give Ukraine $300 million in military aid. Hey, can't clean the water in Flint, Michigan. Down the city yesterday, the streets are a joke. All over the country, rotted infrastructure. But more dough for the military-industrial complex. Oh, gotta save them Ukrainians. On Thursday, British Marines in Gibraltar police seized a Panama flag tanker off the southern coast of the Iberian Peninsula. The vessel is owned by a Singaporean company. Later in the day, Iran summoned the British ambassador and slammed the seizure of the vessel as a destructive step and a form of piracy. They had Iranian oil in it. On Friday, Iran's Major General, the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, said, quote, should Britain refuse to release the ship, it is the authorities' quote, duty to seize a British oil tanker, he argued. Yep. Here, more prostitute.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Gibraltar detains oil supertanker bound for Syria. Detains? How about invaded, captured? Could you use those words? The British Marines and the port authorities in Gibraltar on Thursday detained a supertanker that was carrying crude oil from Iran to Syria. A violation of European Union sanctions against Syria. Oh, European Union sanctions. That gang? The wonderful European? Yeah. European sanctions. EUFU, because that's what they did to you and everybody else. Mind your own damn business. Senior Iran commander threatens UN with secret weapons. That's right, this commander said that Iran's deterrence and unique secret weapons have stopped the filthy enemy 200 miles away in the Straits of Hormuz. The enemy knows very well that it should not test Iran's combat readiness, as its first mistake will be its last. The commander also accused the U.S. of being, quote, unreliable, saying it applies maximum pressure and deploys more forces in the region while calling on the Iranians to engage in negotiations. You got it. That's what I said from the beginning. That's why Trump didn't send bombs away over Iran when they shot down that drone. It would be Pearl Harbor and the Straits of Hormuz. Mind your own damn business. Come home. Hey, Trump, you saluted all those troops on the 4th of July. How brave they are. You goddamn coward. You little fat freak. You didn't go into Vietnam. I got a bone spur, and Daddy got me a doctor to write it. I had a bone spur too, jerk off. But I didn't have a rich daddy. I had to make up other excuses to beat the draft, which I'm not ashamed to say. And again, I was too stupid to be against the war. I just couldn't imagine me being in a foreign country getting shot at. But fat-mouthed Trump and that piece of prick Pence, they're real tough guys. Go out there and lead the charge or shut your fat mouth. No, the 4th of July is not about tanks and jets in the sky. It's about our damn freedom that they're robbing from us. Read the Declaration of Independence. Has nothing to do with that. It's a disgrace. But that's what America is, the presidential reality show. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. I have to say that. You have to vote for the Democrats and the Repulsivekins in the Independence America. Our salute. Rob from us. Hey, Facebook planning to ban ads which discourage voting in U.S. elections. On June 30th, Facebook announced plans to begin banning ads that discourage people from voting in the U.S. elections. Go out and vote for your criminal group. Be a little piece of slime. Keep supporting the murderers and thieves, the ones that steal all our money, and the ones that go into foreign countries illegally and slaughter millions and steal trillions to do it. That's what's happened in this country. Happy Independence Day. And speaking of more bullshit, French MPs back 24-hour deadline for sites to remove hate speech. Hey, shithead. How about the hate speech that you bastards, and to be equal, bitches, keep putting out about foreign countries and the propaganda that you keep spewing out of your you-know-what, because it's not a mouth, man. It's only an ass, and all your crap shoots out of it. Oh, but we're gonna ban hate speech. Yeah, you hated Libya, didn't you? Oh, no, we hated Syria more. How about Afghanistan? Well, not quite as much. Hate speech. Venezuela. I hate that guy, Maduro. That's all right. Oh, I'm a politician. And you better vote for me. And you can't say anything bad about me, because Facebook and all of the rest will ban it. And banning this. Anti-vaccination groups push homeschooling. Yep, good for them. Can't say anything bad about anti-vaccination either. It's okay for a little infant to come out of a mother's womb after being in there for 9 months and shoot them up with all these chemicals. It's perfect, and we got the data to prove it, says Big Pharma. Oh yeah, anybody OD today? So homeschooling, that's the future. The school system stinks. Look at this country. If we had a school system that was worth anything, you'd think we'd be in the problems we have. And speaking of problems, they don't have any. Big story in the New York Times. Look at this. Page after page after page. Yep. I got to know about this crap. You ready? Here we go. Gay, femme, non-binary. How identity shaped these 10 New Yorkers. I give a shit how they've been shaped. Oh, no, I got to know that because I got all this print over here. I'm a nerdy, non-binary, trans femme film editor who loves reptiles. Oh, great, man. Glad you love that. I'm a proud ginger, breakfast lover, Eagle Scout, and transgender bisexual journalist. I'm a kinky femme, poly dyke, brazen, authentic, sanguine, perverted. And who's that? Well, here she is. Katie Bishop. I'm a book and PC loving, childish trans man, game geeker. I'm a Napolitano, born in the Bronx, straight cat that loves lovely women. So why aren't they doing a story about me? Here it is, in my Zizzy book, what Zizzy gave Honey Boy, a true story about love, wisdom, and the soul of America. And you can get this at your Trends Journal site. And here I am in our first communion with Teresa McKelvey, totally in love, in love. We used to kiss the religious instructions. Who cares what these 10 people do? This isn't news. You want you're on that trip, man? Knock yourself out. I don't care. I don't care what you do. But hey, how about writing about us? Let's be equal. Fair press. Not from prostitutes, only from the Trends Journal. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.